Alright guys, this is my waste oil burner build. It's just pretty well complete. I just got some things that I would need to I guess finalize. Like the bracket on that there, I gotta fix that. That was just temporary. Just junking off that rebar and fixing this a little bit so it's a little straighter. My blower tube in the back there, I just need to, I'm gonna funnel it a little bit. So I got a 2-inch square tubing that goes underneath there, and it's on an air dampener here, slide dampener. I just want to funnel the box a little bit just to force more air down that way rather than into the tubes. And that's pretty much it really. And then I'm going to build a little bit heavier duty pot when the time comes. But so that's my build there. I got the oil pretty low right now, but so yeah, I don't know if you can see my square tubing down there. It comes up, does a 90, and then goes up into the bottom of the pot. And then in the pot, I have a 2 3/4 piece of square tubing welded, and then on the bottom of that, I have a 4-inch, I think 4 or 5 inch piece of 2 1/4 or 2 1/2. I can't remember. And then so that sits up inside there. Then that's welded. And then so I take the pot and I can just slide it down on top of the 2-inch piece, and so I can take it out and clean it if I want. Which I'll have like a build video on all that stuff. But my feed line's there, that goes into the side of the pot. So all I got to do is just take the pot out, pull that out. It's pretty straightforward, very clean. Not no smoke. There's a little tiny bit of smoke coming out of there. The heat coming out of those tubes is absolutely phenomenal. So, like I said, I got this just a nice steady little stream. The stove right now is sitting at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So, it's nice. I'll show you outside here What? What? Yeah. Just go play, bud. So it's like it's really clean. It's a really clean. There's no smoke or nothing coming out of there, which is nice. I mean, I grinded through, I had that 3/4 full, and it's damn near empty right now. And that was yesterday. Mind you, I had this thing pumping at like 700 degrees Fahrenheit just to burn off. The inside there had like that layer of old oil, because this was an old oil tank, obviously. So I was just burning all that shit off. I had the doors open. I was just standing outside, just, watching it, and letting everything burn off. And it was finding some flaws in some of my tack welds here on the rebar. I got to go through all that and just actually zap them on a little stronger now, because it was popping some of the tack welds off, which is no biggie at all. That rebar does absolutely nothing other than just, it's for looks. That's literally it. I just thought it looked cool. I did the rebar on the door there, and I thought it looked really cool, so that was just stuff that I had laying around. So I said, the hell with it, I'm gonna go get some 3/8 rebar and do that. I see a lot of people use round tubing. The only reason why I used square tubing was because it was just, I think, $1.60 a foot cheaper. So I was just trying to do this on a budget. All said and done, I have about $400 into this build, which is, in my eyes, really not that bad. It was a fucking blast, man, to build. Like, it was, I had a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And like, I just recommend anybody that's gonna build one of these, just try to do some research. I didn't do very much research on it, but like if you really don't know, then maybe just do some research on them and stuff, and try to find like one like a good build to go off of, because you obviously want it to be safe. Like, so that being said, like I said, in my eyes, this whole setup is way safer, in my opinion, than a wood stove. So like, you say you jam a wood stove full of wood, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, it falls off its blocks, or I don't fucking know, the belly burns out of it or something crazy. I don't know. Like, to try to stop, you need a fire extinguisher. Hands down, you need a fire extinguisher, right? Or a fucking bucket of water or whatever. Or you want to go in the house for the night, or you got to quickly take off and go to town. You just jam that wood stove full of wood. Now you got to choke the air off, and it'll still burn, right? Like, if I come up to this and I turn that valve off and I shut that blower off, I just pull that plug there and I shut that blower off, this will literally pretty much die almost instantly. The flames just drop right down into the burn pot. They will drop right down into that burn pot under that rotor, and then that's it. It'll just smolder what's left in there, and that's it. And if something was to ever happen, it's gonna, like, say like that burn pot burns out, it'll fall into the belly of this. Now if that burn pot burned out and it fell into the belly and I was in the house, that wouldn't be good, right? But mind you, it wouldn't be getting much air. So, you know, it would be burning, but it wouldn't be fucking raging. So just, I don't ever plan to leave this thing unattended, is what I'm trying to say. There's no reason that I need to do that. I'm out here in the garage, if I'm out here in the garage and I'm working on something like my truck or whatever, I'm trying to get this thing ready for paint. So I got to do a little bit of body work and stuff. So there's literally no reason why I need to leave this thing unattended at all. And if I have to, like, go in the house for a little bit, I can turn that down till it's just that it's not a drip. So even a little bit smaller than this yet, I can turn that down, and like, the flame's barely coming out of the rotors, but it'll be just enough. It'll maintain the burn while I'm gone doing whatever, and then I come back, and then I can just turn that dial a little bit and give it a little bit more oil, and then I can start heating up these tubes a little bit better and blowing some hot air. But like, that's a relatively small little stream going on right now, and you can see it's just maintaining the heat right now to them tubes, and it's blowing out nice warm air. I need to get one of them temperature guns so I can really show you guys, but as you can see, she's about 350 right now. That's perfect. That's good. So, all in all, these things are awesome. Like, if you have a buddy that is a mechanic or whatever, like I do, then it fucking beats lugging wood, splitting wood, or cutting wood, or any of that. I don't like doing that stuff. My back is teetotally screwed now. So I had it last winter. There wasn't so bad, but my back's just progressively getting worse. I got rods and screws all in it from an accident. So I just don't want to, I don't want to deal with the wood no more. For as much as what I'm out here in the garage, you come out here, you stog the stove full of wood, and then you gotta wait like 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, till that thing starts producing some heat. And this being a 30 by 40 Quonset hut, non-insulated, 12-foot ceilings in the peak there, it takes a long time to get this place somewhat bearable. But it's still, like, over by the door over there, the bay door and stuff, it's like, it's cold as shit. Now I had this thing going within a half an hour. I can have it at a good working temperature, you're out here in a sweater in 30 minutes. Like, you can't beat it. Really, you can't. So anyways, guys, I'm done rambling on here. I just wanted to show you guys my little finalized project. It was an absolute blast to build. I'll go ahead and piece together some clips. I have a bunch of clips. Like, when I was doing this build process, I was battling my phone storage would be full, or I have a GoPro, but then the batteries was dying, or my computer couldn't withstand them, like the GoPro clips, because it didn't have very much memory. So I had to order another laptop, and it was a nightmare of a process. But so my clips are going to be a little bit all over the place, as I am most times anyways. But I'm going to do my best to put together a video for you guys to show you a little bit of what I did here on this build process. So anyways, guys, if you like this kind of stuff, if you like random shit like me building something like this, or doing work on something like this, like I'm gonna do body work. I gotta prep it and paint it for paint. It's just getting a new set of rims and tires, or not rims and tires, a new set of tires. Those rims there are gonna get widened and powder coated. But I'm gonna make like a little bit of an overland kind of build with this thing, and I'm gonna do a paint job that is a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? It's a little bit out there, I guess. It's very 90s style paint job. So so like if you guys are interested in seeing that kind of stuff like this, or you know, I got that thing there that I'm going to be doing a build series on. I had that for 10 years, and it's been through the ringer. I don't know if you guys just remember me saying that I was in an accident and had rods and screws all on my back. Well, that's the culprit right there. Well, I'm the culprit, but that was my sidekick, I guess, in that whole excursion. So yeah, I'm just gonna be doing random stuff like that. I got a little hobby farm out there, animals and excavators and 3-wheelers and trucks and this kind of stuff and whatever. Very ADHD, so I'm all over the goddamn place. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, if you like just some dude that's bopping around, that his mind's going a mile a minute, then I suggest you hit the subscribe button, because I'm gonna try to get the ball rolling on this YouTube stuff and take some videos of everything that I do, because I'm always doing something crazy. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the build video on this. Cheers.